And here we are, live Thursday night, almost Wednesday night, almost Thursday morning. I don't know what day it is anymore. I'm up doing these things, until 4 o'clock in the morning. Uh, where Mark, where you are, it's morning though, right?
It is. It
Like
is
I can see the
5 to
sun out
8.
your window.
Yeah. So just to let everybody know that the sun will rise tomorrow, and if it doesn't, then blame science.
How's your shed?
It's finished. It's finally built. It's all done. It looks great. I can see it from here. The old one went to the tip, and that was quite a lot. I've never seen so much wood in my life.
That was my favorite update last week. How are y'all doing? I built a shed.
It was great. I loved it. I'll tell you what. I'll take a photo later and I'll show you. And you'll be like, "Oh, that's quite nice." And I'll be like, "It's nice and white. It's got a nice rugged top to it, and it'll probably survive for another 10 years. And then in 10 years, if this is still going, I'll be like, guys, I built another shed." You'll be like, "Wow, 10-year reunion of sheds."
And that will coincide with the 44th anniversary of TNG.
It will. It'll be like, "Oh, I made it so," and it'll be like, "Oh, happy days."
Oh, speaking of make it so, have you guys seen the meme going around of it in front of Captain Picard with the sewing machine?
No.
No.
It's Pennywise with the sewing machine working on something, and the whole thing is you're supposed to look at it and it's make it so.
Yeah.
Get it? Get it? Also, sorry, cardinal sin, guys. I know I'm wearing stripes.
That's
Apologies.
fine.
Just
I
call you
don't
Wesley
have
Crusher.
a light on me here, so my beard looks like it's just like.
That's my
Part
favorite
of your
thing
shirt.
when your beard blends into your shirt.
I can pull this down a little bit so you can see a little bit more.
Please
chest.
don't.
Like it gets the hair out a little bit.
We're
Donnie
talking about body
Pearson
hair.
is here in the chat. Oh yes, Next Gen did premiere in 1987. So 10 years from now, it will be the 40th, not the 30th or 44th or what?
44th.
That breaks down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. 10
He-
years from
he-
now, it'll be the 44th.
Yeah. No, he missed your joke about the 10 years in the future thing.
Oh.
So yeah, tonight I know the thumbnail that we had up said title unknown, but the title is Excretus. So I guess we can only imagine what that means.
Well, I mean, yeah.
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 It's very biblical and yet
Sounds gross.
So the episode is already up, but before we get into that, I did want to discuss a little bit about the original TNG pilot, Encounter at Farpoint. Caitlin, I know we talked about this a little bit off camera, but have you actually seen this episode?
Nope.
You're not missing much.
Love it.
I rewatched it.
What are you talking about? Not missing much. We get Ferengis with whips.
In Encounter at Farpoint?
Is that Encounter at Farpoint?
No.
No, that's the one with the jellyfish in space.
Yeah.
Oh,
Encounter at Farpoint
right.
it's the one where the dude somehow tortures a space jellyfish into forming a colony on a planet.
Right.
They're
Never mind.
jellyfish. They don't have. How do you torture a jellyfish?
So these specific
jellyfish,
because they're space jellyfish. So these jellyfish are able to alter their appearance and atomic structure. So it was able to turn itself into a spaceship, and it was able to conjure things at will. So when Beverly Crusher was looking for a bolt of fabric in the shopping center there, and they didn't have the one that she wanted, it just magically appeared in front of her.
So it's a magic jellyfish.
Space jellyfish.
Space does not explain the magic you're talking about. It's a magic jellyfish that lives in space.
I mean, this episode also introduced us to Q, who can snap his fingers and make people look like Robin Hood.
That's right. He followed them around. I think it was last season. He appeared and started following the little ensigns around, and they're like, "Go bug Picard."
Yeah. But
So
the episode of Farpoint taught us a very valuable lesson in Star Trek history. Once you have seen them, you never see them ever again, and that's it. I don't remember space jellyfish ever, apart from we'll see them again one day, won't we? We will. Like 8 seasons, never see them ever again.
never.
You
Well,
jinxed yourself. You're now gonna see them at one of these like upcoming Star Trek series, man.
Well,
I was going to say this episode.
Well, they
Right.
were mentioned. They were mentioned in an episode of Lower Decks at one point. I don't remember which one, but I do remember a reference to space jellyfish somewhere. But it was oh,
Probably there.
man, it was just so it was this episode was so ridiculous. I think I watched like the first 4 of them, and like some of them like there was the last one that I saw was there was some kind of a virus that was spreading around the ship that were making people act like they were drunk.
Oh, the horny virus.
Yeah. So Tasha Yar and Data got it on. Picard and Beverly had some weird stuff going on between them.
I feel like
Yeah.
the fact that you described it as makes people act like they're drunk, and Mark said the horny virus says more about you as a drunk person.
Well, what can I now say? It's just the entire episode. It's like literally, yeah, they are pretty much drunk. They turn into a party ship, and then like pretty much all the things that you see is you see Data and Tasha go at it, which then he references later on in First Contact.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah.
obviously Beverly and Picard just literally do this whole thing of like, I want you, but I can't have you because I'm French, but I'm really British. I can't have you. I like you so much, but you're Wesley's mum. I know. And that's it.
And Wesley Crusher took over engineering.
Yes, that was pretty good.
It was weird. Like this first season, the first 3 seasons kind of had a lot going on. Like I know I've referenced it before, but if you get a chance, you should watch Chaos on the Bridge, the documentary. It's all about like all the weird stuff that was going on these first 3 seasons and how Gene Roddenberry was like, here, you guys take care of this. I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm gonna you guys
For 3 seasons.
you guys got it. And then like towards the I want to say it was like towards the end of season 1 or maybe season 2, they called him and they were like, we need you to come back.
They're like, we did not have it. Like,
Yeah.
have you been watching?
It's not so good. Not so good. There was some weird stuff. No sex scandals in the first 3 seasons though.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
True.
God,
Well, no.
Aw.
Joe?
What? Was it
Is it
in the
Joe
4th
that did the
season?
Sex Candle Ghost?
Yeah,
I want to
sex
say that
scandal
was in like the
ghost.
6th season.
I thought it was the last season or
It might have
something.
been,
I thought it
been
was.
the last.
I think it was. It was Crusher's like last main episode, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Where like the story centered around her.
Well, yeah. I mean, the story centered all around her and how her grandmother was like banging this ghost.
Banging the ghost.
Her mother was banging
So-
the ghost, and then she was banging the ghost.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
Here's one. If you type into Google, when does the sex ghost come into TNG? The first thing comes up as Sub Rosa is the 166th episode of the American sci-fi television series Star Trek: The Next Generation. It was the 14th episode of the 7th season. Dr. Crusher attends her grandmother's funeral and spends time in her grandmother's haunted house, romanced by a grandmother's non-corporeal lover.
I
So
like
weird.
am real concerned because Picard is my mom's favorite captain, and I'm like, I'm not super stoked that you apparently watch this show.
I mean, that wasn't every episode.
No, it wasn't.
But
But
some
by the way,
episodes had Data and LaForge acting like Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Watson.
Yeah.
Those were
That
actually
sounds
fun
about right.
episodes.
Those were fun.
And
episodes.
I loved the episode where Moriarty gained consciousness.
That one was good. I liked.
That I've heard of.
I really
Yeah.
enjoyed A Fistful of Datas.
Yeah,
Oh, was that
that
the
was
holodeck one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
where Worf and Alexander got stuck on the holodeck with Troy, but all the other characters were all Data.
Mm.
It's like he got plugged into the ship's computer, and something glitched, and it just like down, and because they were in the holodeck, of course, it made all the characters, all the NPCs in the holodeck look like Data.
Was that their version of the Badgie episode?
Yes, definitely.
The Ferengi whip came in episode 5, The Last Outpost, which for me, for some odd reason in my memory, is the first episode.
Yeah,
Maybe because the first 4 were just
It's the first one you
awful.
liked.
That was the first
Yeah.
episode that we saw Armin Shimmerman in, though, who later became.
It
Quark.
was. Who later became Quark, yep. What was the episode?
And the Betazoid gift box face, too. Like, he was that, too.
Yeah, he was. What was the episode where, I think it was episode maybe 3, where it was the planet full of people that just constantly were working out?
Oh, that was the Love Planet. But if you stepped on the grass, that
But
was
yeah,
it.
if you stepped on the grass, you were murdered.
Yeah.
Because there was some extraterrestrial being that looked over them or something like that. Oh my god!
It was that all laws had all of their laws had the same punishment regardless of what the crime was. So
yeah,
if
it was
you stepped
death.
on the grass. It was the same thing as if you had murdered someone.
Yeah.
So you might as well just murder someone,
right? Or step on the grass and murder someone.
and murder someone.
Do both.
Yeah,
Phases
why
out,
not?
just points him, go. Woo!
I'm having so much fun.
I'm gonna die anyway. Might as well take you all with me.
You know, if it comes down to it, might as well.
That's the planet where the purge starts. Like,
Oh, yeah, that would have to be.
Purge Planet. That's the next Purge movie, right? Purge Planet.
So someone on Twitter earlier was also talking about just like various Star Trek stuff, and talking about how Law and Order is now coming back for a new season. I don't know if you saw that or not, but that just got me thinking. I want a Star Trek show that's Law and Order or CSI or NCIS, like a procedural Star Trek show that
CSI Starfleet.
Yeah, that focuses on the actual law keeping division of Starfleet.
I think NCIS would be the closest one.
Yeah, or like something like JAG, I guess, would be close to it too.
Yeah, like a combination or something, because they're all technically like they're basically in like the Air Force or Navy or whatever.
Right. But I mean, I think a CSI one could work too, just because it would be cops or detectives traveling around the galaxy collecting clues and trying to figure out what everything is.
Right.
I don't want that, but I want it to be the ensigns from essentially the ensigns from Lower Deck. Like, I want Tendi and Mariner, and like you want Boimler and Mariner solving crimes.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And
I can imagine it'd be like, well, Tendi, looks like another vaporizing. Seems to happen every single episode. Phases to kill, and it just like turns to the camera. It's just like, and it's like dun dun.
Right, like the sunglasses come off.
Ship explodes in the background.
As they slowly walk away.
Yeah.
What do you do though to like investigate a phaser death? Like, I mean,
there's probably some leftover radiation that's specific
you
to
can
which
actually
gun.
watch Star Trek: The Next Generation season 5, episode 6. No, I don't know which episode it was, but there was an episode where they used like someone was killed with a phaser, but they were able to determine something about how the person was killed, or that they weren't actually killed, or something.
Yeah, and there was also the episode of Voyager with the guy who played Chucky.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Grima Wormtongue.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord! Please send me his name.
But there's Grima Wormtongue.
Grima
That's
Wormtongue.
His name.
He's Billy Bibbit in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
But anyway, he played a murderer in an episode of Voyager, and they had to kind of put the clues together to figure out it was him. And then he ends up getting reconciliation at the end of, I think, season 1 or 2.
Okay, not the one I was thinking of.
I mean, I just like thinking about this now. Like, I want to see Harry Mudd on trial for something.
That'd be
right.
Cool.
Like just just go through the episode. All right, next, or like Night Court.
I did like the Lower Decks episode where they thought they were all on trial.
That was
and it
so
was a
good.
surprise party.
That was one of my favorite episodes of season 1. Like just at the end when they were escaping and the guys that were holding them like, what are you doing? So it was a party.
See,
I love when all the
Oh.
lights go on and the guy's like, "Your 90 minutes are up," and he's like, "No, come on, they ruined it."
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif, that's it. Yeah. I'm
If
just
we had
going to
the-
continue calling him Green Wormtongue though.
if we had the NCIS or the Law and Order, I can just imagine one of the scenes being, so looks like the replicator were down. We didn't reroute power to it, and also the deflector dish also had a malfunction in the 18th sensory array. Looks like it's gonna be a tough night for us, Gibbo. Let's
Dun,
get
dun.
this on.
Gibbo. Is that the descendant of Gibbs? It's Gibbo.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go
Well-
get it done.
Neelix and
God.
Tuvok doing like Miami Vice.
Yeah, to be fair, I would probably watch it if it was Mr. Vulcan and the whatever, I can't think of a name for that Tuvok. Well, I could, but it's not stream friendly. And it would just be them going around. It'd be like, God blimey, Mr. Vulcan! Oh, I can't believe it! I can't believe that the logic behind this hasn't been done. The Enterprise has been taken over by a door command. Oh my God! Dun dun.
Sold.
That's
I'm
it.
sold. I'm sold. No, I'm
Get
gonna.
it on the thing.
But you know,
we're gonna do
I,
this.
Mark, I must apologize. If they do this, there's only one character that can possibly be in it. Or Tuvix?
Tuvix, bring Tuvix back. Bring him, actually, get him in the transporter, beam Tuvok and Neelix there, and then suddenly, malfunction! And then Tuvix is there, and it's like all three of them, they go solving crimes across the galaxy.
I like
Why
it.
was
I
Neelix
like
so
it.
annoying is the biggest one that can't be solved for at least 18 seasons.
Sold. Well, the episode, as we mentioned before, the episode is already up. Are you guys ready to go?
I am.
Queued up.
I'm at
I am at
0000.
I am at
Same here.
0000 as well. Just as a reminder, we have the clock at the bottom here that will be keeping track of where we're at. Jamie, and I know some of you others may not have the commercial-free version, so when we get to a commercial, Jamie will let us know. We will pause and make sure that we're all synced up, and then start again a few minutes later. After.
And I'll annoy you with my talk of how to skip some commercials.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
I like when you narrate the commercials.
I could do that.
I need I need the what is it, descriptive text.
Yeah. It'll never mind. Well, I'll just wait and see what pops up today.
Okay.
Awesome.
And let's go ahead and hit play in 5, 4. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me make sure that I.
Oh,
have this
I
set
almost
the
hit
right
play
way.
when you said hit play.
Hold on. I don't. We don't need this coming onto the stream again.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah.
no! Please don't! Please don't!
Okay. No,
Quickly, reroute
I
power.
was good. I was good. I just had to make sure. All right. So now we're going to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play.
I never know if to hit it on one or play.
Play.
Yes.
A CBS Studios production.
Well, that looks like an old school satellite.
Yeah. Oh, we got Trill.
They haven't done a second contact mission in a while, have they?
Mm-mm.
No.
Are they gonna fall off of it?
They're gonna
Nope,
get
they're
left,
left
behind.
Dun-dun. There's your CSI.
I love they run over and toss a couple blankets at them. They don't
Right.
like get them warmer. Nope, this is fine.
Oh, that was I. But now, like, I'm glad that they got rescued, but at the same time, I kind of wish that the entire episode was just them stuck on top
Yeah.
of the satellite.
Yep.
I do
Yup.
too. I want to see that. I also love Mariner's immediate reaction. Well, they left us behind. How much oxygen do we got? Are we gonna die? Like,
That would have been hilarious if the whole rest of the ship goes on an actual mission while they're stuck on the satellite.
Oh,
or if the
that-
ship gets stuck in a time loop, and so it's like, well, you're here forever now.
No.
I think we need to write a spec.
Yeah, I want at least a short from them of like what happened.
Oh, I wonder if we haven't gotten any new short treks in a while. I wonder if we'll get like any lower deck short treks.
That's the perfect one to do too.
Yeah.
It fits right in.
How did no one realize they were not like you had like was there someone not monitoring? Like, come on. You're fine.
She is wearing a red shirt.
That was Ransom. They sleep in a hallway? What?
That is true.
Yeah.
Now that you think about it, you can see out into space from their bunks. Like it's like a corridor.
You left your kid to die. You like I love that she tries to have the higher ground here.
Hey, there's Jenny.
Jennifer!
I was the red shirt crew was behind him.
Yes.
The ones that are trying to turn him into captain material.
Is the oh,
Is this alien?
Yeah, I don't know what she is.
I don't know, but in the previews she does
what
that.
the shit?
I don't know what that is.
That was creepy. I didn't like that. Oh no.
Borg encounter. Ah, here might be the Borgs.
Hero worship.
TQ.
Well, there's
Triple
Naked
troubles.
Naked time.
Oh wait, she's floating on top of her legs.
Yes. She's 3 different parts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
Ensign.
Mariner gonna murder her mom? You think you're gonna be able to handle
Yeah.
theirs?
Oh man, this is gonna be good.
I just want to follow the cat on the entire time.
What's with the gimp bird?
What the fuck is that?
Isn't that the psychologist?
Oh yeah,
It is.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I like that they all have goatees.
I double dog dare it.
Oh no. This spoiler is gonna be good at his job.
What?
What the hell was that?
Whoa!
Oh. Taste in the neck.
I don't like this alien.
This is a TNG
Aw.
reference.
Oh,
I love
Wait,
how serious he said that.
does he have horns coming out of his feet?
Yep.
Yeah, he does. Oh,
What the fuck is happening right now?
it. There's an episode with Tony Todd and Tony Todd plays Worf's brother,
Yeah.
and there's an episode very similar to this. Not as funny though.
Tony Todd was in a few episodes as different people.
Yeah, I think he was mostly as Worf's brother, but
Old West
Oh, yeah,
Planet.
he was also older Jake Sisko in DS9.
that's right, he was. It's a good episode.
Well, not that horse.
Oh
Ow!
my god!
Oh!
Jesus.
How the hell would you fail? That's the horse's fault for being a psycho.
Oh man, this is Star Trek 2. Ow!
Why would 2 be better?
Is Boimler's gonna be the only one that succeeds, right?
Nah.
No? He's gonna fail?
Yeah.
Borg encounter. Can you be more specific? Resist the Borg. Okay.
Do the thing.
Uh-oh.
Boimler, what the
They've adapted.
Yeah.
Yoink!
Oh
the
shit.
hell?
That's what
is
you do when your
happening
gun
right
doesn't
now?
work against your enemy, right? You throw it at them.
Borg babies.
Okay, he's not this, like, athletic. What is happening?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh
called
wow,
it.
you called it, Josh. You called it. All right.
What?
Now he'll fail.
Is he going to keep getting worse?
Why would you
Borg
take the
babies?
Borg babies?
Right now, 83. what is he doing?
What is he doing?
saving Borg.
What?
Oh, here's your
Yes.
drunk episode, and it's called Naked Time, Mark.
Yes.
Boiler.
Did you see the doctor running around on all fours?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Hey, Jennifer. Ew,
Oh.
what the shit?
Oh my god.
What the fuck is happening?
Fail me.
Oh god.
Back
Oh, commercial break.
All
Oh my
right.
god, that was amazing. I gotta be real. That'd be my reaction too. If I saw all my friends, I'd be like, nope, kill me.
Well, especially Boimler just like sitting there with his leg. Like I can't even do that.
That was so gross.
He took a lot of yoga to become lots of flexible.
That was what's the what was the Klingon like Tai Chi that Worf was teaching everyone?
Oh, Klingon Tai Chi.
Yeah, sure.
You know what's so weird about this like entire concept? You're basically throwing like first graders into like the ACT and going, you got it. Like they're not prepared for this. They weren't trained for this. The expectation that they're gonna be able to handle this sort of situation is kind of insane.
You need a baseline. Like you have to see where they're at.
Well, last week I think I was asking for what intergalactic cable or what do they call it? This is it.
Cable. Yeah,
this is
it.
it.
This is intergalactic cable and the impersonal holodecks. Like, did you see how big those were?
Yeah,
like
that was crazy.
We could fit one of those in the carport downstairs.
Yeah.
Yes, please get one. I would love to hang out in one of those.
Back in 9 seconds.
But do not have naked time on that as an option.
No.
Oh God, no.
Literally gouge my eyes out.
We'll put parental locks on it.
Yes.
I'm back at 10:55.
All right, let me.
And then Mark comes around and says, "Turn those parentals off."
All right, let's give Donnie Pearson just a second to catch up. So while we're waiting for the audience, just to make sure that everyone is caught up, what do you think Boimler's end game is going to be? Do you think he's going to end up with 100, or do you think he's gonna get like a 0 by the end?
I think he'll get a super high score. I think he'll get stuck at like 99, and I think he'll end up trying to save the entire ship of Borgs for some reason.
Yeah, I was about to ask, what do you think he's going to do to get 100?
I think take over the Borg cube.
It's like they made it a point to show us that the ship average was like 37% or something like that. So I think,
which means the commanders like suck at their job.
Yeah. What do you expect? He has to let himself get assimilated and then figure his way out from it, like do a Picard.
Oh, I don't know, because they said that his goal is to resist. So I would imagine
resist can mean resisting, like after you're assimilated, resisting being assimilated. It doesn't say that his goal is to escape.
That's very true. That is true.
Also, what was with the Borg babies? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
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 Oh my
so
God.
When they have what they call maturation chambers, where anyone that they capture that's too young to actually do regular Borg stuff sits there until they age them up.
I just love that they were sitting in a drawer.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like Donnie is good to go. So we will go ahead. We are all at 10:55. Is that right?
That's what I'm at.
All right. So we are going to hit play again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
So basically 6.
Oh my God. I start at 3. I don't start at 5.
Oh, they're getting to eat Captain's mess. A pineapple. Look at the floating pineapple.
Yeah, like crabs. I think we saw like oysters.
Just fly.
94. That's higher than I thought. I thought he was gonna be at 85.
Oh my God, Boimler. That's the kid you hate in school.
Mm-hmm.
No,
do you think they're nailing it?
Yeah.
They're sleeping. See, there's the corridor. I just always assumed that was.
Yeah, you just ask for another slice of pizza. How hard is that?
I love the cat.
I was waiting for Shax to hit his head on the top of the thing. Wait, why are they all in the same one?
I guess when you're an ensign, you're a team.
Stacking crates during a Klingon invasion.
She dropped it immediately too.
A Jem'Hadar.
So, that's gonna be great. It's just... Ooh.
Boimler's still trying to do his thing, though.
Yeah.
I hate this alien so much.
I'm digging it.
So creepy.
So Star Trek 3.
Yep. Yeoman.
Oh god. Oh no.
Second time.
She's having flashbacks.
I mean,
Amazing.
that will give me PTSD. Oh.
Oh, they're just gonna run into the wall, aren't they?
Alright, they're gonna fail. Dun dun. There's Jennifer
They're
again.
very bad at this. There's a reason these guys like are the sucky
Oh yeah.
Yep.
ship.
They're the other guys.
Yeah. That was a good movie. That was fun.
They still haven't realized that Boimler's not around.
Nope.
It'd be interesting if he came in like assimilated or something.
That's not what Boimler's getting out of it.
Nope.
She's evil, right?
Yeah, she's up to something. I don't know what she's up to though.
Yeah, I don't know what she could have learned from this. They all sucked. Oh, that's not a good laugh.
Boiler's the one who wants to save them.
Yeah, he's got to bring up the ship average.
He's gonna, yeah, he'll be the
Oh,
curve the
commercial.
grade.
Sorry.
Oh, commercial. All right. Pausing for commercial.
It just went straight into live action Jeep commercial, which is what comes right after Evil Laughter by a cartoon villainess.
Buy a Jeep.
I think my favorite part of this entire episode so far is the fact that Mariner immediately had PTSD flashbacks to the naked time
The
trope.
naked
Oh,
time. And not only did she have flashbacks, she actually hallucinated him saying naked time.
It's naked time. I also love that her mom's like, I watched all the drills. In my head, I'm like, all
Well, then
the
you've seen,
drills?
yeah, she's seen naked time then.
So yeah, they all know naked time.
That
all right.
horse was like programmed badly, right?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
why
yeah.
the fuck did he try to murder her?
I paused at 16:10.
Would you
Yeah.
like to buy a new home? Perhaps use all of the piggy bank money that your child has and take it.
Those are such weird. I have seen things like that. That's so weird to me. I'm like, make sure you save your money, little Timmy. Now
But-
it's mine.
But so when I was talking to you guys about this off screen, but today was my mom's birthday. She's not watching, but happy birthday, mom.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
So I called her earlier. You know, we were just talking about a bunch of stuff, and one of the things that we were chatting about was how I was looking at apartments that were around my office, and they are ridiculously expensive. And one of the ones that I saw was a new high rise that's built on like the outskirts of Culver City. It's the only high rise in the area, but the high end apartments there are 14 grand a year.
14 grand?
14 grand. Like I actually think they were just under
You mean a month?
15,000. Or sorry, yes, a month. 15 grand a
I'm
month.
like, a year is
I-
not bad.
A month.
I knew
Sorry,
what you.
a month,
I knew
a
it.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm off commercial break, by the way. Whenever
Alright.
you're finished.
All right. So yeah. So I'll just finish this. So that's 180 grand. 180 grand a year for an apartment. You could buy a house
Yep.
for that
Yeah.
and have it paid off in less than 10 years. Why?
Yep.
Why would you spend that much on an apartment?
Do you know what
I
you
mean,
also could do?
Not in this area.
Invest.
You
in
could build a
cryptocurrency.
shed. You could build a
You could-
shed in your backyard.
You could do, to be fair, right, this is what I was about to say, what you could do. Now, apparently Walmart, since I'm using my VPN to the thing over there, you could just buy some land, right? Just buy some cheeky land and then just buy one of those small houses, tiny homes, and then put it on the land and, you know, sort it out. Shed. You can live in a shed.
Where in
nice
LA do you think you can just buy land for like the cheap?
I don't know. Like, what you could do, right? Simple.
Under
buy
a
some
bridge
land.
somewhere, probably, maybe. Like
Yeah,
an
tiny
easement.
home.
I could
Yeah.
probably buy like a 10 by 10 easement for like 300 grand.
Like, oh, okay, they've got books on how to buy a tiny home. You could do this.
All right, I think
But
we
you can-
are good to go. I know the timer here on the screen says 16:20. We are at 16:10. So we
that's
are
where
going
I'm
to
at.
go ahead and hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Tiny homes.
Sorry, Caitlin, we're not going from 3.
Uh-oh.
I knew she'd make
Mhm.
this fake.
I can't. Who is her voice? She sounds familiar.
Ah! Yes, I knew she did that. The horse did not make sense.
Wait, they're all rigged. How is Boimler doing well?
The horse wasn't rigged. That's the one thing. Unless it's 100.
What?
I beat the Borg Queen in chess.
I taught her empathy. He had to. Oh my god, that's amazing. He is.
This is really meta. Wait, what?
What the hell are they doing? Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna go back in time.
Really?
Maybe.
I think
Wait, no.
no, they're gonna just go do a crazy thing in real life.
They're going after a crystalline entity.
Yeah, another
Why?
TNG reference.
I beat her at chess and I taught her empathy. Ew. What the hell is that?
The Borg Queen.
Wait, I don't understand what they're doing.
They're doing the drills for real. To show that they shouldn't be failed. This is not a good plan.
No. Rolling around in pieces on the floor.
In 3 parts. This is not good.
What are they
I
doing?
don't know.
Oh, Boimler.
Wait. They assimilated empathy. So what is she gonna do?
Have
Oh, they're
sex
doing
with him?
no, they're doing the first contact.
He is getting assimilated.
But he can't get
I wonder
assimilated
if
because they're holograms.
How did she puke? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Kind of can. That's the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it is.
What is happening?
The gravity well.
Is he crying?
No, he's
No, he's
assimilated.
just
He's a Borg.
What?
Oh, I kind of want him to have a perfect score.
Sounds about right. Oh, are
Hey,
those
there's her
nachos?
pizza. No, it's
Mhm.
their one pizza at a time pizza, right?
No, those are
Now they
nachos
can
on the
get
table too.
multiple.
Oh, and nachos.
I want
Oh, I
nachos
didn't see
now.
those. Was
Oh,
easy. Oh, commercial break.
Well,
it's
it's
the
over.
end. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I know.
Not the horse. We didn't do anything to the horse. That's just how it was. The crazy horse that stomped her to death.
I want to go through the crest. Yeah. Okay. So the Borg Queen was the voice of Alex Krieg, who was the Borg Queen in First Contact.
Oh,
Right
wow.
on.
So it sounded a little bit like her, but older, which kind of makes sense because it's been 20 years. No, more than 20
I
years,
love-
right? When did First Contact come out? 98?
I'll find
Ooh.
out.
I loved so much when they're like, I can hear him shuffling around in there, and he's like, I am no longer Boimler. And they're like, oh shit, get him out.
Mark Evan Jackson, I know that name, but I can't think of who he might have been. Phil Lamar,
96.
Lauren Lapkus, who I believe is Jennifer Jess McKenna, Lamb
And the
Farms and
episode.
Rogers. Paul Scheer was the bird, the counselor.
Gifford.
The episode First Contact was
Oh, okay.
91.
Yeah, but the movie First Contact.
96.
96.
Mark.
Okay.
96. Yeah.
I can't get past Naked Time. Why did they animate that?
Why
I
wouldn't
never
they?
needed.
Why wouldn't
I
they?
never needed to know that Boimler did that. Like that didn't need to be in my brain. Also,
It'll-
like the weird thing about the cat and the security guard like hooking up is like, okay, that's weird, but I never really thought about it. This made me think about it actively. I don't like that. She's a full-on cat. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Weird
I liked
dreams.
when she curled up at his legs, though.
That was cute.
That was
Naked Time
hysterical.
was not cute.
Hey, but Jennifer made you happy for a second.
Yes, Jennifer was also covered by a table.
That's true.
Yeah.
They did
And
not.
Jennifer-
Yes.
Jennifer only kissed someone. Jennifer
That's
was chill.
true too. Yeah, she was not a cat.
Okay, so what would have been better for that episode? What we got, or Eyes Wide Shut?
No. I don't. No. 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 No.
No?
No. 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 This was at least funny. No. No.
Is-
No. No. Don't.
Were you talking about Eyes Wide Shut earlier?
No. But I'm just like because of what the movie is. Like now, like I'm just picturing like Naked Time. I'm just picturing like her walking in and just like rows of the crew just like standing there with masks on.
Masks on. So, where does the name of the episode come from?
Boimler.
Excretus.
That was his Borg name.
But oh yeah, I guess yeah, okay. I guess that would be Borg-ish.
Well, what
I was-
wasn't the one of the episodes with Hugh named I something?
Oh, is that where the I come from? That's where I was getting hung up, was the I part. Because yeah, I got the Excretus when he said I'm
Borg
Excretus aboard.
was season 5, episode 23.
There we go.
Yeah, that would be his Borg name too. Like he would have the weirdest, grossest
Yeah.
Borg name
Well,
for no
'cause
reason.
Picard
Yeah.
was Locutus.
That's not like ew.
But
No.
that
but-
sounds fine.
Yeah, Locutus has nothing to do with excreting things.
Yeah, right? You're like, Boimler,
Wow.
you almost got a perfect score, and then you came out of that and you're like, my name is Excretus. You're like, that went downhill real bad for you, buddy.
But that makes sense for him. So
Also,
Borg. I'm sorry.
did he only do one drill where everyone else had to do like 5?
Well, because they kept failing, so they had to keep going through different ones.
Okay, so if you passed, you only had to do 1.
Right.
Got it.
He just
got
kept saying he kept wanting to do it over because he wanted the higher score. So Iborg was the episode where the name of this episode came from. It was the first appearance of a character named Hugh, which was an injured Borg that came aboard the Enterprise, and they taught it empathy. And they released it back into the wild with the other Borg, and it kind of fucked with their matrix a bit.
Matrix. Yeah.
And
It kind of caused a backlash in their neural network.
yeah, and that caused like all kinds of weird stuff. Which
Look
was
at what you did with you made a
right.
perfectly good Borg have anxiety.
And then
Well, which
that,
ended up causing a bunch of other Borgs to have anxiety.
yeah. And then
Right?
Jonathan
Basically.
Dell'Arco, who played that character, who played that Borg, came back for Picard.
Hmm.
And they did him the dirty.
Yeah. Well, no, that was Icheb that they did dirty. He was the one
Yeah,
that
Icheb got killed.
got killed right
Oh.
away.
Yeah.
He got killed at the. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think he got killed too. I don't remember. But
I gotta be real. I think this was like my favorite episode.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't even know what we just watched.
I don't know if it's my favorite episode overall, because Badgie still ranks really high for me.
Badgie's psychotic in the best way.
But this one, like if I had to give you like my top 3, I think it would be Badgie, this episode, and the one that we were discussing earlier with the where they thought they were on trial.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think those 3 are my favorites.
I just loved like because it was all like classic Star Trek stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then it was how can we make it bad because it's the Cerrito and they kind of suck at everything.
Yeah. So well, let's I guess Mark, Jamie, what references did you guys notice? I know we mentioned we were talking about some of them during the episode while they were going in and out of the holodecks, but what did you see? What did you guys see?
I don't know. I pretty much everything, all of that. Is like I knew exactly which episodes that they were from. I really wish they put Data in the one that we mentioned before. Like that would be like perfect if he popped up everywhere, or if they made Mariner like all the different episodes, like all the different characters.
Or it would have been probably Boimler or Rutherford. Probably would have been all the other characters. Probably
or
Rutherford.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been great if the Western one, which was the Fistful of Datas. Yeah, if the only one that they didn't that she didn't rig apparently.
Yeah, just the horse.
I love how quickly that one went wrong too. All the other ones she at least started doing stuff. This one it's just get on the horse. Nope.
Nope.
To be fair, if I tried to get on a horse, the same thing would probably happen to me.
Horses hate me. Like
do they stomp you in the gut? Actively?
They throw me off.
Oh.
I've had that happen more than once. I think my favorite was a horse that it was like a friend's birthday party, and they're like, "This one's a little touchy," and everyone else like steps back, and I'm like, "I got no experience. This is gonna go poorly." And this horse goes nuts, runs around the track, but it's supposed to be like walking. I'm holding on for dear life because they gave me one of those like riding crops. They're like, "Just hit it if you need to." I'm like, "No one else got this. Why would you do this to me?" So it stops finally. And I'm not even kidding. I just slid sideways off the horse into the sand. Like, no.
I would have loved to have seen that on video.
I mean, that sounds about right for me too. Like I've never ridden a horse. The only thing that I can remember being on was when I was a kid. We went to a circus and I got to ride an elephant.
That's much cooler.
Fancy.
And I didn't fall off of it, so.
Well, no, you'd have
Good.
died.
Yeah, right?
At that age, especially.
I fell off an elephant once. Or, how are
Explains
you not?
Explains a
Right.
lot.
Once.
See, I've got to admit, they also the Worf reference as well. I thought that was quite interesting. The one where he got paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in TNG, there was an episode. This would have been season 2. Where Worf got injured and he was paralyzed, and he was basically he was requesting to die, and or no, that wasn't season 2. That would have been season like 3 or 4, because it wasn't. I was thinking that was Pulowski, but it wasn't Pulowski. It was someone else.
Crusher.
But so he was requesting to have an honorable death. And Crusher was like, "No, I can't. I'm not. We can't really let you die." There was another doctor there, and she was like, "Oh, well, I've got this experimental treatment. We can replace your spinal cord, and it should be fine." And everyone was like, "No, we're not going to do this." But the other doctor convinced Worf that he should do it, because if he died, then so what? Because he wanted to die anyway. And obviously he regained the
Doesn't.
use of his
Yeah.
legs. Yeah.
I think the part of that entire thing that's so weird to me is like, you have like lung rejuvenation. You can like rebuild someone's arm. You can't deal with paralysis in
Right.
your spaceship from the future.
Well,
What?
that was one of the things that I saw in Encounter at Farpoint that I thought was kind of interesting too, because Geordi with the he's got the visor,
Right.
There was a scene where he was complaining about like just being in pain, so he went to see the doctor, and she was asking him about it, and he was like, yeah, I've been blind since I was born. And I was like, 400 years from now they can't replace your eyes.
Right? Because they can do that now.
Sort a little bit, yeah.
Maybe he didn't want them replaced
when he was a baby and had that choice.
But then after what was it? Not First Contact. After Generations, he got ocular implants that basically gave him the same abilities that he had with the visor, just now in his eyes. Because in Generations, the Duras sisters kidnapped him and hacked into the visor so that they could see what was going on the ship. So they're like, oh, that's a security threat. We should probably fix that.
It's taken all but 7 seasons. You didn't get firmware update.
I'm sure that was like the episode where it's like I want an honorable death was a very like serious episode and stuff.
Yeah.
This is funny as hell. He's like, kill me. I'm not gonna kill you. Your score drops. Oh, okay, I guess I'll kill you. No, it's my knife. I don't really want to do that. Score drops. And then you have to essentially like med techs coming over and they're like, no.
Give this man an honorable death.
I was like, what is happening?
I was waiting for
like, has to be rigged.
I was waiting for him to be healed. Like after he fell off the table, and be like, "Oh, I can walk again," but you didn't honor me.
I think my favorite part of that entire thing was, I broke my back trying to pick up a peanut. I'm like, do you deserve an honorable warrior's death? Because I feel like after that, no. Like, you should have to live with that shame.
Well, that's kind of the Klingon thing, though, is that I mean, if you're paralyzed, you are shamed because you shouldn't be paralyzed. You should have been dead. So the only way to regain your honor is to have someone murder you.
I mean, he could have fought to the death with someone. They could have just like stuck him in a chair.
Yeah, like there's a way to do that. But to be fair, too, you broke your back trying to pick up a peanut. Shame.
That's the thing.
Well, I mean,
you deserve it on that one.
We don't know where the peanut was.
And we don't know how big this peanut was. Maybe Klingon peanuts are like huge. Maybe they're the size of a boulder.
He should know better. If that's true, he should still know better than to pick it. Like, none of this makes sense to me where I'm like, yes, you do deserve an honorable death. I'm like, you broke your back trying to pick up a peanut. You're a dummy. Like,
I hope we don't flash to 20 years from now. You're going to pick up a peanut and
it's like,
see, that won't happen. I don't eat peanuts.
Fair enough.
Yeah, was that the only one that we saw Tendi in?
Yeah, we only saw one for Tendi, and we only saw one for Rutherford. Which, by the way, how was he supposed to win that? He burned his hand. Like, was he supposed to just go play through the pain and open the door?
Like, and the guy behind him even said it's not supposed to be that hard. It's like,
right? Like, he's so judgmental.
Well, that was our first clue that it was rigged.
Yeah. Oh, true.
I think if I was Rutherford, I would have been a jerk. I'd be like, fine, you open the door, and then I'll go in.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Go in.
That's what I was thinking he was going to do. It's not that hard. Oh, give me your hands.
I did love that moment, though. That was one of the moments from the trailer that I loved. Stupid radiation. Like, only Rutherford is like. I also loved his response. Ow! Ow!
Ow! As if it would change.
Right? 2 hands. It won't hurt this time. Like, Rutherford, come on, man.
I mean, to be fair, I've done that before where I was like, did I get a shock from this thing? Let me touch it again. Yeah, shit, I did get a shock from it.
My favorite is when I take something out of the oven and, like, because the like oven mitt will only go up to here, and like if
Right.
the pan touches you, just pass it. You're like it's like don't touch it, brain. What are you doing?
I did that the other night. I made cinnamon buns.
Yeah.
'Cause I had like the a roll like those Pillsbury like cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
So I made them, and like I used the oven mitt to pull the pan out of the oven, and then I needed to move it a little bit. Or no, and I just used my bare hand, and like, oh, that's
Yep.
hot. That's why I
Yep.
had the oven mitt.
Yep, I've done that. I've also
Well,
done the food just came out of the oven. Let me touch it for some stupid reason.
It's
Well,
when
because if your finger is only on it for a briefest of milliseconds,
Right.
there's no way the heat will transfer.
No, not at all.
that's why
Science.
laugh.
So what were you saying, Mark?
I was gonna say that's why when you go, oh, that's why the oven mitts go, ha ha ha, foolish boy.
Yeah. Mark's just listening to us and going, wow, Americans.
Don't worry, we've all done the stuff. When I pull out porridge from the thing, I'm like, oh, it's hot. It's like it's just been heated up. It's like, ow. Or you play the game where you go. It's like how you play the game of if I can take it out for 5 seconds, put it on the counter, then it will be fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
take
it's
out the
that
microwave,
6th
it's
second
fine.
that causes permanent nerve damage.
Yep.
Yeah,
and-
you're like, ooh.
And well, there's also the like heating up soup or something in the microwave in a bowl. And so you open the microwave and you touch the bowl for a second to see how hot it is. So you pick it up because you're like, oh, that's not that hot. And you pick it up and you're like, oh, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Where am I going? This is hot. It's burning my hands.
Yeah, you go.
Quick
Ow,
tip,
ow, ow, ow,
people
ow,
who-
ow.
Quick tip for people who do that, because I've done that. Put a plate under the bowl when it's in, like when you're microwaving it, and the plate
Yes.
won't be hot.
Yes.
See, I'll give you
Learn
another
that.
tip.
Bad way.
If you put a plate under, you're fine, as you said. If you put a plate on top of it as well, it makes the soup hotter.
That is also true.
Just throwing it out
It
there.
also helps with the splash
Yeah.
from it. Yeah.
Sometimes
Don't
I
need
will
to be
use a
cleaning
wet
no
paper
microwave.
towel.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did
okay.
that.
Project Achieva, thank you for joining us. We finished the episode. What did you think? What was your favorite reference? Let us know. What was your guys' favorite reference? Like we talked about the different ones that you caught, but what was the actual like I'm sure yours was Tendi, even though you didn't really get the reference, just the Klingon breaking his
That was
back,
great,
picking up a
but-
peanut.
That was great. But no, my favorite was the horse that murdered Mariner just immediately for no reason. Like, it was like the horse is like crazy, bucks her off, and then actively turns around and stomps her to death for an entire minute. Like, even you have Mariner going, no, bad horse. I'm like, what did you do to that thing? Did you like stab it as you got on the horse?
That's the most Family Guy moment I think they've done
Mhm.
on the show.
Why the horse even looked like a Family Guy horse?
It kind of did,
Hmm.
didn't it? Yeah.
Project Achieva said their favorite was the Borg babies.
The Borg babies were
That's-
pretty good. I did.
I think
I
that's
love-
mine too.
I love that they were in a drawer. I'm like, that can't be right.
That's
Like, you
totally
can't just,
totally a
you just
reference from
open
an
a
episode.
drawer and they're
Yeah.
just chilling.
So the
I
first
do
episode
that. I
with,
do that at home
the
sometimes.
Enterprise
I'll
crew
open
meet
up my dresser. I'm like, oh, that's the Borg baby drawer.
them.
I
Oh.
can attest to that. I'm his
Lucky.
roommate. He does.
I think my favorite reference, even though it scarred all of us, was the sexy
Naked
time.
time?
virus.
Oh my god. I was fine at first, and then they like started showing the crazy. I'm like, no. And then it cuts to Boimler, and I literally was like, Mariner, I'm like, eject. Nope. Everyone gets to die now.
I
Boimler
loved-
killed
so
everyone.
good.
I love that it said "sinners repent" in blood on the
Yes.
door. That was great. I think my favorite was Borg babies, but there was also something in every episode. I find myself looking at the comm panels and the consoles and everything,
Yeah.
just to see if there's going to be something. And I forget which part it was, but it opened up onto one of the med bays or sick bay or something like that, and there was a little like stick figure person that looked like what you'd see on a restroom, men and women. It looked
Yeah.
like that, and it just tickled me so much. I don't know why, but I thought it was hysterical.
I mean, that's
Well,
kind of the
I've got
best
fun-
is when like there's just like weird random stuff like that you just see you don't know why you're laughing at it. It's just funny for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a fun fact about comm panels in Star Trek, mainly TNG upwards, because of the way it was broadcast back then. You couldn't really like tell what was on the buttons and stuff. So apparently they had like really, really random stuff. So like, like in TNG where they used to open up like containers and stuff. So on the thing you could say something like Doctor Who is a horrible program or whatever, like something like really unique things. So each one, but then when the things got better, they had to go in and digitally rechange them to something else.
Oh no.
So yeah, I always found it interesting. So when they're typing on like the stuff like, oh, we need to go to warp 5, it'd be like turn petrol onto 3 or something. Or it could be like a naughty reference or something, but you couldn't see it back then. So you couldn't pause it. So they did it. And that's an interesting fact about comm panels.
That's funny. Before we continue, Donnie Pearson, thank you again for joining us as always. We will see you this weekend for the Power Rangers
Bye,
show.
Donnie.
I believe the regular Ranger wrap up is coming back this weekend. I'm not 100%
Yeah, I think so.
positive, but I was talking with Jezra about it, so I think they're there. But we shall see. What else was good? I mean, there was just so much.
Mark, what was your favorite?
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you. Yes, my favorite, my favorite part was the Board Queen, like the whole first contact. Like, I love the film so much.
So creepy.
Well, it happens in the film, like a bit.
Is that your first experience with that, Caitlin?
Yep. I did not like it.
First Contact is a great film.
Yeah, First Contact is probably the best of the TNG era films.
Yeah. I also liked Naked Time because I thought that was quite funny.
I mean, I'm sure you were also just jealous.
Yeah, I wish I could have been on that.
What did y'all
legs up, windmilling?
What did y'all think of when the bridge crew had to do the containers and they had the Q and the Jem'Hadar and the Klingon attack?
My favorite part of that is I don't think the ensigns have ever actually, but like they usually get thrown at something where it's like, oh no, something horrible has happened. Then you have to go risk your life now. When have they been told to stack boxes during an emergency? We've never seen that.
that actually kind of reminded me of what I think it was one of the first season episodes, or maybe it was this season. I don't remember now. But they were all in one of the cargo bays because Rutherford was adjusting something and they didn't hear the red alert going off.
That was I think that was.
Was that this
season?
season?
That was this season. I think so. That was when he was still like messing with his eye, I think.
Yeah. No,
because they tried to.
I think that was the first episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, he tried to make it louder so they would be sure to hear it, but he accidentally muted it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wasn't that the first episode before Boimler came back to the ship?
I think so. But I also loved, like, if they wanted us to stack these, why would they shape them like this?
Like this. I think I got it. Boom.
Oh wait, no. That was the episode was Veritas.
Was that season
one? That was the episode that we were talking about where they were all on trial.
Oh, okay. I also thought, like, one of the things that you said, Jamie, was like when the cat fell asleep on his legs. That was so cute. When the alarm goes off and he immediately kicks her into the ceiling and has her fall off the bunk. Perfect.
That was so good.
What was that? She's like, ah.
Project Achieva says that the black hole anomaly thing was giving him a motion picture vibes in the way everything was distorted. That is true because towards the beginning of the first original series movie, they somehow get
Star Trek the motion picture.
Yes, Star Trek the motion picture. They get stuck in like some kind of like a wormhole thing, and they all look like that as they're moving through it.
Gotcha.
Like
I love that they faked it.
The motion picture had like so many weird things in it. Like there was that. It was almost like a disaster movie, but not a disaster movie. Like there was a transporter malfunction accident. Like all these things that they set up, and I'm like, why does this scene exist? Why? Like what is this adding to the movie? I was like, I have no idea.
Coolness.
Mark, did you get to finish what you liked?
Naked Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he added Naked Time.
Windmilling.
and the
I
Borg,
love-
Borg babies.
I will never get over Mariner just going, fail me, and ejecting from the
And
ship.
ejecting
That's
herself.
my favorite response ever because I'm like, yeah, I'd have done that too, babe.
Well,
like,
I mean, I feel like you only have two options really. That
how was she supposed to win that? Like, spray them all with a fire hose? Like, get your shit together.
well,
I like
and-
that her first one was Mirror Universe
yeah,
too.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. In the original Enterprise episode or Next Generation episode, Dr. Crusher had to devise a cure for it because it was a viral infection. So
Oh, so that shouldn't have even been that should have been a medical test, right?
Yeah.
in theory,
It
yeah,
shouldn't.
Yeah,
It shouldn't have been a leadership test. Yeah.
unless she had gotten infected and had to work through it.
Well, if she had been, Boimler ruined that real quick.
Yes.
I think that might answer our question about if Mariner has any interest in Boimler romantically, because she tried to kill herself instead of seeing him naked.
But can you just imagine walking in one day and there's just a guy just windmilling on the thing? You're like, whoa, wasn't prepared to see that just yet. Need to go on a few dates first.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I
Why
would have
that-
had her reaction.
And why that's why I was saying you literally have two options with that. Is either A, throw yourself out of the airlock, or B, just like, all right.
That's
This is
Okay.
my life now.
I'll take airlock.
I
Right?
probably would too.
I also
Okay.
love that we now have whenever we spot Jennifer, that's like the highlight of the scene.
She's like-
Jennifer.
She's Norm.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
the crystalline entity thing, but like that was a great
That was a good
reference, too.
callback.
Yeah,
That was a
'cause-
great
'cause
callback.
That's another thing where you're like, what is it? Like no one really knows what the crystalline entity is. Like there's
and they didn't solve it. They just like flew through it.
so there's
Well,
there's
but in the
articles-
show,
yeah, there's articles and articles of like information about like, well, this is the history of the crystalline entity, and
Mm.
but we don't know where they came from. We don't know what they want. We don't know how they exist. They're
They-
just there. They're like
They're
the
just
space,
there.
they're like the space jellyfish. They just exist.
Yeah. there's an episode where they actually get really close to trying to figure it out, but
They destroyed it.
because they destroy it, because it had usually been a very destructive being, and so they didn't trust it. But they were really close to trying to communicate with it, and it was actually I really liked the episode.
Yeah,
I thought it
it
was
was
one
an
of those
interesting
like
episode. I
man's
think-
hubris.
I think the best way to look at them as like if you know Marvel stuff, like look at them like Galactus. Like they're just out there like eating planets. Like
They're just-
they
yeah.
feed off of energy.
Mhm.
And in doing so, like they don't care whether there's life forms on the planet or not. They're just like food, and they go and they destroy the planet as they consume it. So
Like that scene in What If yesterday.
Yeah. So
I'm
in,
not gonna say any more than that.
in the episode that Jamie is referring to, one of the scientists that was trying to figure it out was on the Enterprise, and they found that they could try and communicate with it using sound waves of some kind, but they found she found like a resonance frequency that would destroy it, and she
Like space whales.
destroyed it. Yeah,
She destroyed it because it
She had a
had
vendetta
murdered
against it,
her. Yeah, it had killed her son and her family and.
Oh,
and
so she wasn't trying to
village.
figure out how to communicate it.
No.
She was
No.
trying to figure out how to kill it.
Well,
Yes.
a little column A, a little column B. She was trying to figure out how to communicate with it so that she could get revenge on it.
She's like, I'm gonna figure out how to communicate with it so I can yell at it. Oh wait, I can murder it? No, let's do that one.
Good. Yeah,
Essentially,
let's go
that's
that route.
what it was. But they were trying to appeal to Starfleet of like, now that we know that it's sentient, we can communicate. We can't kill it, and she ends up murdering it anyway.
I mean, how do
Launching
you
anyone who could.
not? It's like if it's eating planets because that's what it does. You're not really like, what are you gonna say? Please don't eat my planet. Well, I need to eat, so sorry, bro.
But I mean,
Eat this
well,
diet planet.
it's the kind of thing where you have to try and figure out whether it's sentient or not. Like, because if it is self-aware and you can communicate with it, if you can't appeal to it, then yeah, sure, go ahead and murder it. But if you could be like, yo, bro, you're like eating people.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you make a Silver Surfer kind of pact.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-mm.
Like you let Data get out there because Data can survive in space because he doesn't need to breathe. So you just make him a little rocket surfboard and he can go around finding planets for the crystalline entity.
He'll be the
Oh.
herald of the crystalline entity.
By the way, this episode, one of the reasons I think it's one of my favorites, it somehow managed to outshine the fact that they left the four of them in space for 6 hours.
Hours. And all they did was give them blankets.
Like, not even four. Not even where each of them gets a blanket. They tossed 2 blankets at them and then started scanning. They're like, you're fine, right? It's like, the episode itself managed to outshine that. So, really well done, because I literally was like, really bummed initially that we weren't seeing an entire episode of them stuck on the space station losing their minds.
Yeah.
But
Just-
wow.
just kind of like you keep jumping back to them and they're just like sitting there on it and they're just like tapping their fingers and just like one of those like time lapse things where you just see them in like different positions moving around.
Or it gets to the point where it's like, and you see that for like a few minutes, and then you get to a point where it's like 15 minutes later, and it's like Mariner trying to murder Boimler, and you have Rutherford in the background screaming, Tendy's just rocking back and forth. Yeah, like that kind of
Floating
thing.
off into the distance.
She's trying to turn off her magnet booth. She's like, it's not worth it.
Her eternal optimism being hampered by the darkness of space.
Yes.
I like that the satellite was an old school looking satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't catch what that actually like. I didn't see if it had
A tag on it or
a tag
anything.
on it or
Yeah,
anything.
I didn't see that either.
Let me reverse.
It looked like it had some solar panels on it. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Can we
Also,
run something
while
like
you look that
Voyager?
up, is it weird that the only way that they seem to be able to tell if like a crewman is not on the ship is by the fact that they've signed out their mag boots? That seems not like the way you should be doing that.
It's such a weird thing. Like, oh yeah, oh wait, this person's signed them out, and we've left them. You kind of think it'd be like, if they didn't report back. That's how I
Yeah.
would do it. Like,
Right.
Or there's
Yeah.
someone monitoring, or they're like sending information. Like literally, so many other
So-
options other than
Yeah.
well, you didn't sign out your mag boots, so this is sort of on you.
Well, they
Yeah.
can also ask the computer if all hands are on deck.
Yeah.
And the computer will know. No, there's 4 people not in the ship.
That should be that literally should be their thing before they leave anywhere. All hands on deck. Nope. Oh shit. Okay. Versus, like,
I
just
don't see
left.
any identifying
Marks.
marks on the satellite, but the shot of them when just before the Cerritos warps away and they're all just like standing out there looking at like the nebula in the distance.
staring at
It's just great. I'm gonna screenshot this.
You got to do that, and then you got to right after it have the shot of when they get back and they're all clinging to each other with ice everywhere.
Maybe that's what we can do for our screen grab. For the 4 of us, we can just all put ourselves in position like we're getting that, and that can be our
We need
know.
space suits, and then we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
our team logo.
So
And then there'll be Shay just throwing a blanket at us.
Let's see what we're gonna satellite. Now I lost what I was gonna say. I don't know.
Happens to the worst of us.
All right, this is probably gonna cover the entire screen here, but I'm gonna drop it on top of us anyway. Let's see.
Woo!
No, too big.
Oh,
Nice.
I can't breathe.
I just love eject. No,
Fit to screen.
fail
Okay.
me.
So,
I love how this episode, like up until now, it's been like little Easter eggs about visuals and occasionally a reference to something that's happened. And this episode took premises from entire episodes and movies and just did them in 5-second, 10-second chunks.
Yeah, they were so short.
I loved it.
This literally was like their what if episode.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Which made
In
it
the best
really
way.
fun.
Yeah.
Question, considering one episode left of What If and 2 episodes left of season 2 of Lower Decks, right?
Correct. Yeah, this was season 8, right? Or season
Episode 8.
Episode 8 of
Yeah.
both 9 of What If, 10 of Lower Decks.
Correct.
Okay.
And then we'll have did we get a date for Hawkeye?
November 24th is the premiere of Hawkeye, and December 29th is the premiere of Boba Fett, and then I don't know the Star Trek premiere
Yeah,
dates.
so Star Trek.
Right.
We have a week off after the end of Lower Decks, and then we get the season premiere of Prodigy, and then about a month into Prodigy, we have the season premiere of Discovery season 4.
Ooh.
So, with all of that in mind, it's a good segue for what's coming up. So after the end of after the season finale of Lower Decks season 2, the Star Trek watch-alongs will be moving over to Twitch, along with the Marvel watch-alongs and the Star Wars watch-alongs and every other watch-along we decide to do. Trying to decide if we're gonna do one Friday night. I kind of want to do a Friday night like monster movie, Halloween movie watch along with like movies on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be fun. I want to see who's free to do those. Monster Squad is up on Amazon, so you know that's a great Halloween movie. But yeah, so our Twitch, you should that should be linked on our website and on our YouTube channel. I'll actually throw it into the chat here as well, just so that it's there.
Let me follow.
We're doing a lot of stuff, a lot of new stuff on Twitch. We have a lot of plans. Hopefully, we'll be able to reveal some of them soon. Outside of these watch-alongs, I recently updated our Twitch channel too, so it actually looks a little bit better than it used to.
Cool.
They're going to be so updated that I'm even going to find out about them.
Ooh. Yeah. So, where was I? Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel. Our Ranger shows are moving over to Facebook, except for the regular Ranger wrap up. And that's all starting soon, since we've got What If that's ending, and Star Trek will be ending in 2 weeks. So Star Trek Prodigy might be our first watch along on Twitch. For the
What about the wrestling order? Is that still going
Illuminati
on
Wrestling
on
Order
Sundays?
is staying on YouTube.
Okay.
So that will remain here. So just make sure you're following us on all social media, Twitter, the _Illuminerdi, Instagram, the _Illuminerdi. Again, if you click the link that I just put in the chat, I've got all the links for all of our social media right there in the About section on our Twitch page. You can also find us on the Illuminerdi.com on the web. We're dropping breaking news all the time. Spoilers, leaks, you name it, we got it.
Go watch the Cowboy Bebop trailer if you haven't.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So
Looks
good.
Whatever you guys want to watch. If there's anything that you want to see us talk about, let us know. Send us a message on Twitch or Twitter, or Instagram. Be like, I want you guys to talk about Howard the Duck. Don't, but
Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck.
Have you both seen episode 7 of What If?
Party Thor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Mark, are you good if I talk about it?
I've already seen it.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Dude,
on date.
That was so dumb that they had Howard the Duck marry Darcy. That was like the stupidest part of that.
It was, but it was so great.
And that was a very dumb episode, like, to start with. And then they did that. I was like, oh my god.
It was a nice palate cleanser, though.
Yeah,
It was very light. It was very silly, but Thor's not, like, actively that stupid, usually.
I could see him being kind of dude bro-ish if he hadn't have had Loki to channel him. The thing that got me though was the very end. Was that Vision in the suit with the Infinity Gauntlets?
You'll see.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Don't want to answer that.
All right, cool. So that actually there's a continuation for once. All right.
Yes, I will say for the first time ever, you will get answers to the cliffhanger.
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to get answers to all of the cliffhangers.
Dude, who knows?
I don't know.
The comics don't
like-
always have an answer to the cliffhangers.
Yeah, and there is only like 30 minutes. I don't know that we will.
Unless episode
Uh,
9 is just a answer to all of them.
Or unless
like-
they like season 2 decide to go back to it or something.
Maybe, yeah. Well, because so we know that one of the episodes was pushed to season 2.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's gonna be the Gamora hunting Tony on Sakaar thing,
Oh, okay.
which makes sense.
Well, I'm excited they're going to do a season 2.
Yeah, I am curious how many times they'll kill Tony in season 2.
Jeez,
All of the
really
times.
poor guy.
Every
all
episode.
of the times.
He dies
That's-
in every freaking timeline.
Yep, that's just become the like, because I'm a big Iron Man fan, but I'm like, you just gotta lean into it at this point, or else it's sad. Like,
Yeah.
it's so ridiculous.
Like,
Um,
well, you know what? Eventually, they're going to make an episode where RDJ actually voices Tony Stark, and that'll be the one episode where he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, lives, and then ends up becoming like ruler of the galaxy or something.
It's gonna be like Planet Hulk, but it's going to be with Tony Stark Iron Man, where he goes around and, or what was it, World War Hulk?
World
It'll be
War Hulk.
World War Iron Man, where he just like travels around killing all the Marvel heroes.
Amazing.
Just record
Just
Naked
kidding,
World.
Jan.
Yeah.
Back.
Why would you bring it back to that, Mark? That's not cool.
Because you know what's going to happen because he's a playboy philanthropist and he does this. He does
That's
all of
not
it.
cool.
drinks.
Are there any cat alien creatures in Marvel?
I'm
You
sure
know,
there
but
are.
He'll just go, look at those
Is
animated
that a
cat
thing
girls.
in Star Trek? Is that like a thing in Star Trek? Like,
Animated
What, even-
series?
And the animated series, yeah, the original series animated series was where we saw a cat alien creature for the first time. We
Okay,
really haven't
'cause
seen them
it's-
since.
so weird. I love that character, but it's so weird.
I keep expecting them to bring in that long neck creature from the animated series. It's an
Kevin
alien that was. Is that what it was? The long neck guy? Not
Yes.
Star Wars. No, but there's a very famous character from the animated series. I forget who it is, but it's this like long neck, goofy looking
I don't
character.
remember. It's been so
Um,
long since I've seen the animated series.
But it was one of the members of Starfleet, if I remember correctly.
Well, we will look
Kevin
that up, and we
Owens.
will get that answer for you next week. Jamie will have an entire dissertation about the history of this long
The long neck
character
dude.
from the
I'll
animated
give that in
series.
the 2 commercial breaks.
All right. So I think that's going to do it for us for this week. Again, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. Check out the website. If you're interested in some information about Star Trek Prodigy ahead of the season premiere in a month, I think.
Yeah.
We're
I think a
looking at
month.
approximately a month.
Yeah.
Head over to our website where you can find my interview with the Hageman brothers from Jay's channel, Bad Culture TV. We have it linked there, and you can watch them kind of squirm about trying to answer questions about various things that they don't want to spoil, like how the Protostar got to the Delta Quadrant. 'Cause-
It's always fun asking
know.
people questions when they're like, I can't tell you anything, but I do need to answer this.
Right? Yeah. Well, and that's what makes those kind of press lines so rough too. Is like, as the person interviewing them, you're like, I know they're not going to answer this, but I kind of have to ask them anyway.
I hate asking those. I always feel
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
So Josh, what are
before
the
we
new
go-
series coming up with the Illuminerdi?
the new series.
What are the new things coming up with the Illuminerdi?
Well, I've signed an NDA, so I can't talk about them yet.
Oh, okay, damn it.
Before we go, Project Achievement said bit of a plot hole on Lower Decks. If Boimler got assimilated, the simulation would have ended, as shown in all the others. You lose, it ends. That's
Oh, that's a
assuming
good
there was
point.
not a way. That's assuming
I-
there was not a way to win after getting assimilated.
Yeah, I did mean to bring that up. Thanks for saying that at Project Achieva. Because I found it hilarious that he got assimilated, but he still had a 6% rating there.
Yeah.
So it even said 6 or 8%.
8%.
8%. So I'm like, holy crap! He could still. What? There's still more to fail.
Yeah. Well, actually, that is interesting because on the
I guess he would have had to die,
maybe,
right?
Or kill everyone.
with everyone else. Like as soon as they drop below like 40% or something, it was mission failed, and they kicked him out. But Mariner Kid just kept dying.
But that's also probably because the person running the 3-piece alien running the show probably was kicking him out manually, whereas this time they couldn't do that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
That would make sense.
That is a good catch though. I wonder why that didn't end.
Because there was still something he could have done worse.
Yeah. Or
he returns to the Starfleet ship and kills all of them. That's how he gets down to 0.
I did. Oh, that would be. Yeah, he gets assimilated and then destroys Starfleet.
Yeah, it just assimilates everyone.
I did love though that when he got his 100%, he beat the Borg Queen in chess and taught them empathy.
And also was like, I guess, rescuing a bunch of Borg babies.
It was probably like
Borg.
And other Borg who were probably like crewmen who had been assimilated.
All I can think is him running around the ship, opening drawers, and be like, "Borg baby!" Straps him on, runs across the ship. Borg baby,
and we need to also talk about next week, depending on the episode, because now it's 2 episodes. Caitlin, you pointed it out, how athletic he's gotten.
Yeah, what even was that? Like, Boimler can't do any of that. Boimler, like, got eaten by a spider in the first episode because he fell out of a tree.
But now he's like the last couple episodes. He's like really.
He's training. He's going to the gym.
He fell out of a tree like 2 episodes ago too, though.
We don't know how much time passed between them. These are episodic.
I still love when they're like, "We've been practicing, so now we can beat you in like the sword fight." And they like hit her once, and she turns, and they're like, "Yes." And she turns around and she's grinning. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna die."
I also need to look up that 3-piece alien and see what like we had to have seen something.
What was that?
Yeah, we had to have seen that previously.
I love the little.
Been everywhere.
You don't think so?
I've never seen it, and because of all of them, I would remember if there was a 3-piece alien. You know, if I can remember Wesley Crusher, then all of them.
I thought A, it was creepy, and B, I was real confused when she said I'm gonna puke because her head is not attached to her torso.
Right, so where's it gonna come from?
Right?
But I mean, maybe you can get the sensation of it through her head. I don't know. But I also loved when her body came off. There's those 2 little tendrils just doing this.
Well, I just
so
like
creepy.
when the ship was like rocking back and forth, she's just like all 3 pieces were just like rolling around on the ground.
Everyone else is sitting in their chair fine. Jeez. Yep.
Like flying back and forth.
That long-necked alien is an Endosauran.
Oh,
there you are.
Project Achieva said it's from the animated series.
Yeah. That's what I want to see when it'll come up in Lower Decks. I'm surprised they haven't had it in Lower Decks.
No,
yet.
the 3-piece alien
is from the animated series.
Oh.
I need to watch that. Like maybe if I could find the time between Lower Decks and Prodigy, I'll binge through the animated series again. I haven't watched it since I was a kid, so I remember watching it and being like, "This is weird." And just
it looks weird.
There's a giant Spock, so
yeah, that's kind of how I like. That's all I know about it, and I'm like, that's super weird. I can't. Like, that's that weirdness of animation where you're like, okay, kids are gonna find this super weird, and I don't think adults are gonna be like as into it as you're expecting just because it's Star Trek.
It was also very strange animation style too.
It was like Super Friends animation.
Type animation.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo, Super Friends. Magilla Gorilla, whatever from like 70s cartoon, like cheap 70s cartoon.
Don't knock the masterful work of Scooby-Doo.
Like,
I
yeah,
lo-
man.
I
Don't
love
you do
Scooby-Doo.
it.
Yes.
Yoink! Zoinks!
Boy, guys, do not you dare mess with the Scoobs.
Do not
That's
you
a
dare.
very good impression.
I used to do it for a living.
Do not you dare. That's my favorite thing ever. Not do not dare. It's do not you dare.
Do not you dare.
And
How eloquent I may be.
I'm gonna throw out a controversial opinion. The best Scooby-Doo series was the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, starring Vincent Price.
Love that show. Love that show. And it's the rap that came with the first Scooby-Doo movie, the live action one, actually references the Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Really?
13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
I really just remember the like original classic one that used to do reruns on what was it, like Cartoon Network or
Yeah.
something when I was a
Mhm.
kid.
Yeah.
I remember the Zombie Island Scooby-Doo movie. That thing freaked me out when I was little.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was scary for a Scooby-Doo movie for little kids. You were kind of like, what did y'all do?
Yeah. Project Achievement also, before we take off, he says that it's really cool how Lower Decks matches up the original series, the animated series, the movies, TNG, just like everything. And yeah, that's what I love about it, and that's also one of the reasons I'm really looking forward to Lower Decks, or not Lower Decks, Prodigy.
Strange New Worlds. Oh,
Not
Prodigy.
well, I mean, I'm looking forward to
Strange New Worlds is what I'm
But
excited for.
Since Prodigy is also like takes place in, I'm pretty sure it's in like. I think it's going to be in between like Lower Decks and Picard, like somewhere in that era. Since Janeway is in it, I mean, I guess it could take place like way in the future. We just don't know yet because we don't know anything about it.
Hasn't premiered, yeah.
But we do know that we're getting like return characters. Like Billy Campbell from TNG is coming back. Like he was a one-off character in that show. Like he was in one episode. We never saw from him again. And there are more of those, because I asked the Hagemans about that. I was like, like what are there any other cameos that you guys have?
So well, then that's a
talk
pretty
about?
good. That's a pretty good estimator of the timeline then,
yeah.
because you can only have the characters get so old.
Right, yeah. But before you're like time travel.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Every single one of these characters has time travel?
Why not?
I just can't wait to see the Jem'Hadar.
I mean, we know that there's going to be like all kinds of characters that have shown up in other things in those, and that because it's a slightly more serious tone, we're going to get a little bit more out of it. Like, I love seeing them in Lower Decks, but in Lower Decks it's like Robot Chicken references. It's like, these things exist. This is Star Trek. Yay! And so
what are you talking about? This is the most serious show ever. Did you not see the part where she had to decide whether to murder someone as a doctor?
I mean,
it failed.
And
I mean, you saw Naked Time, right?
Yeah, I mean that was the most serious out of anything.
I don't know. I think one of the things that was so funny to me about Tendi is how quickly she's like, okay, I guess I will kill you. Immediately changed her mind. I can't kill you. I'm a doctor. 76%. Oh, shit. Okay, time for murder.
Well, she is an agreeable sort.
Yeah. She seems like she just kind of like goes with the flow. She's like, oh, all right.
I would love to see her in that actual situation, and for everyone to just be like, if she's ever in that situation for real, and the Klingon's like, you have to kill me, and she's like, got it, and pulls the knife, and everyone else is gonna be just like horrified, like, what are you doing? She's like, I did the test.
I want to see the dog come back too. Before the end of the season, I want to see Badgie come back, and I want to see her dog come back. That's what I want.
The copy of Boimler.
Yes.
Boimler clone.
I'm assuming it's going to be the season finale. In the season finale, we'll see the clone Boimler probably.
I was kind of assuming it wasn't clone Boimler, except for he's athletic now. That seems like a clone Boimler thing.
Maybe, or it's going to be he's just gonna get like a data pad that's like we thought you should know, and it's gonna be like clone Boimler died on like an away mission or something.
Oh no!
And he'll have like an existential crisis. I'm like, what does this mean? And Mariner's like, nothing.
Am I dead? No.
Meredith's like, this literally means nothing. This happens all the time. Why are you freaking out? Oh man.
So
The dog was the
so
greatest
much.
thing that Tendy did ever. Tendy's like, it's a dog, and it like entire head opens, and you're like, she's like, dude, I love at the end. Do dogs not do that? No, Tendy, dogs do none
No.
of what that thing did. Like, I also loved all the other characters throughout the episode. I don't think she knows what a dog is. Like, I don't think she read about a dog at all.
It's like, oh, this is what a dog looks like. Okay, I got it.
Now I'll program all this other cool shit because it's still a dog. That's what dogs do.
Yeah, why not? All right. So, ending the show for the third time now. Again, social media everywhere. Click on the Twitch thing. Follow us on Twitch. If you care to subscribe, we will not complain about that either. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on the web. Follow us on everything. You can see our personal social medias right like there. You can find us on most of us on Twitter, Instagram.
Nope.
Jamie's only Instagram. Mark is Heirloom and Mainstream Live. Is the other one?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's annoying.
And we will see you guys again this weekend and next week. So live long and prosper.
Bye.
I'll let you guys do that since I can't.
That's why I've got 2 hands.